So if you've just recently moved to the UK, and then you know you're supposed to go to the post office to get your BRP, which is your biometric residence permit, right? To show that you have permission to reside in the UK legally. And yet you go to the post office and they say it's not ready for like weeks and it's not ready. Or let's say you just recently renewed your visa and you know that you're supposed to have 3 more years or 5 more years on your visa. Yet the BRP expiration says December 2024. Why? It's not your family anymore. It's not the witches from back home. No. There's an explanation. If you want to know, stay tuned. Stop that. So actually, the Home Office has actually contacted some people, in the past couple of days and weeks, to tell them that they should expect some delays in the processing of their BRPs, okay? So this is not any spiritual thing, or don't be too worried. We've not done anything wrong. There's been delays in issuing of the BRP. So apparently, the Department of Work and Pensions in the UK, they are responsible for giving the national insurance number, right? And then you need a national insurance number to be on the BRP these days, right? So the Department of Work and Pensions are saying that they are receiving high volume of, inquiries and all that. So they have a backlog. So the issuing of the national insurance numbers have slowed down a bit, okay? And then the BRP also needs to have this. So because of the delay from the Department of Work and Pensions, it has affected the production of the BRPs because they have to make sure your national insurance number is on it. So that is why there has been this massive delay. So this is it. But don't say that because of that, if it's going to take too much, you're going to wait till then until you start applying for jobs, or before you register with your GP, or before whatever. No, or you're not going to go out because when the police sees you and they ask you for your residence card or residence permit, how can you verify that you're legal? See, there's ways to go about it, and that's what I'm going to explain. So relax, okay? So first of all, if you are stopped by the police, or there's, a police raid or whatever, and then they ask you to prove that you're a legal resident in the UK, all the time they're going to give you some time. You can explain to them that you just recently moved. You can show them your visa or in your passport. You just recently moved, and then there's been some delays in the issuing of the BRPs according to the Home Office. So you can prove it online for them. You can prove that you have permission to stay in the UK online for them if that's what they're looking for, because you'll still be able to prove your assets online. And I want to show you how to do that. And then you can't also say that you're going to stay there for ages until you start applying for jobs. Start applying now. And if you're asked that, do you have resident status, you can say yes. Although you don't have the card, you can still prove this online. Okay. So this is how to prove it. We have what we call the employer check-in service. Okay, so I'm going to input the link to the employer check-in service in the description of the video. So once the employer uses this employer check-in service to input a few details about yourself in there, the Home Office will be able to confirm your right to work directly to your employer, so that the employer will be relaxed that you're not an illegal immigrant and actually get a job and work legally in the UK. So explain to your employers, and some of the employers have seen this before, so they understand what's going on, okay? So just ask them to use the employer check-in service, and the Home Office will prove your right to work directly to them. Okay, so you're okay to start looking for jobs, and don't say you're not legal. You are legal, okay? And the same way you think you can't get a place because you don't have a BRP, you can't get a place to rent because you don't have a BRP. No, you can still get a BRP. We also have what we call the landlord check-in service, okay? So once the Home Office receives the request from the landlord, they would also confirm your right to work directly to the landlord, and then you'll be able to, get a place to rent if the landlord thinks you're, a good candidate for the house or the apartment or whatever. And for those who are in yet, let's say a care home or an NHS, and then you've not started work yet, your employer wants you to get your BRP first, no. Tell them that they said they should go to the employer check-in service, and the Home Office will prove it directly to them. Okay, and also if you have a place that you're living, I would advise that you register with the GP. You may need your BRP to register as your GP, but as well, you can do that online. Okay, you can explain the situation to them. Maybe you need some chronic medication that you need to get regularly, a prescription for it that you need to get regularly, and you can't just sit and wait when you don't know exactly when the BRP is going to show up. You can explain to the NHS secretary or the receptionist, and then also they can also check online for your legal status, and then get you some in the interim. And once you get the BRP, you can prove it to them, like with the BRP card. Okay, so with the NHS, we have something that we call the status verification inquiries and check-in service at the Home Office. So the NHS officials will be able to use the status verification inquiries and check-in service at the Home Office. They know how to use these things because they already have existing arrangements in place to also prove that you're legal. Also remember, it is very free to do so, to register with a GP, so that don't be afraid. Yes, so don't be afraid. You can do everything. Even though your BRP is not in, you can do everything, from renting a place to finding a job to starting your work. to registering with the GP to go into the NHS for free. Okay, you can access all this even before your BRP. Now, for those who are worried because their BRP card says it's expiring next year, December, watch my videos often, you know that I just recently got my indefinite leave to remain. Even the indefinite leave to remain card says it's expiring December 2024. Yes, why? Why? So this is the explanation. So apparently, the Home Office is currently in the process of developing a digital immigration system. You know, this means that they are replacing all physical documents with an online record of your immigration status. Okay, so this is what we call the e-visa. So all BRPs now will expire around December 2024, and even if your immigration status, for example, says you have a visa until 2027, or you're a legal resident, or you have permission to stay until 2027, all BRPs, because they want to wipe it out of the system, all BRPs are expiring December 2024. Okay, so yes, because we're going digital, they want everything to be online, a digital system like e-visa sort of. Okay, so from those who be coming from next year December, they are probably not going to get any BRPs at all anyways. So if you're currently in the UK, either you're a permanent resident or you're just a skilled worker on a skilled worker visa or student visa, and you have a BRP, how are you going to prove your immigration status after this point? You do not have to do any action now. So the Home Office is going to state on their websites very soon, or they're going to announce publicly what you have to do. Okay, and they're probably going to start throughout 2024. Okay, so probably they're going to release the statements maybe in some few weeks to come, because we're just about to enter 2024. So they're going to let us know any updates on this whole digital system. They're probably going to ask us to create a UK VI account and all that we need to do. But don't worry, I'm keeping my eyes on the news and on the Home Office website. Whatever time that they bring an update on this, on what we have to do to go digital, because all BRPs are expiring soon, I will let you know what we have to do. Okay, so yeah, I hope you got benefit from this video. So make sure to leave a like on this video, and if you have not subscribed, guys, don't do that. Make sure you subscribe. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Bye.